management principles. Yes, management principles are behavioral in nature. I'll explain you what do you mean by behavioral in nature. See, understand, management is a group activity. So, management, through these management principles, do what? Achieve the organizational objectives or goals through group of people. So now, all the resources what management has, like capital, land, machineries, all can be managed and get a desired output. But with human beings, it is not that easy. You need to control human behavior. These management principles gives guideline to control human beings or group of people and to achieve desired objective from them. I'll explain this with simple example. So it's very commonsensical that what management's main role is to manage people. How do you manage people? By controlling their behavior. And hence, management principles are behavioral in nature. See, understand, one of the principle is you have to be disciplined. Now, what do you mean by discipline? The rules and guidelines can be different from organization to organization, but yes, the individual should achieve the stipulated target. So, if an employee comes and says, okay, today I don't want to work, I'll just sit in the organization. Is it acceptable to the management? No. So, management principles lay down disciplinary guidelines. So, because of that disciplinary guidelines, every day the employee should do this much of task, this much output is expected, at this time they should come. So, individual, the human beings will not behave according to their whims and fancies and their behavior will be under control. So, one of the fundamental role of management principle is to control human behavior. All these management principles are targeted to achieve organizational objective which are being conducted by various group of human beings. So in order to achieve those objectives through human beings, there has to be some guidelines. These guidelines are basically what? Management principles. Let's take an example to understand how these management principles affect the behavior or attacks or control the behavioral aspect of human beings. One of the key principles I see is subordination of individual's interest or organization's interest. Now what happens in this? Well, the basic purpose of this principle is if individual try to fulfill his goals and jeopardizing organization's goal, it is not allowed. I'll give an example. Say let's say an employee wants to finish certain courses in office hours. These courses are useful for his personal growth. But these office hours are basically meant for what? Achieving organization's objective. So definitely manager has the right to say no to go for personal growth in office hours. So here the individual's behavior has been controlled. Let's take an example, the principle of equity. What does it say? Now, a lot of times, manager treats their juniors like slaves. Now, this principle of equity tells us what? Boss, even though he is your junior, but you cannot treat them as a subordinate. You have to have that equality. So, treatment to your subordinates, or even all the subordinates should be treated at equal level. Because of which, since everybody feels that you're being treated same, they work towards achieving the organization's goal. But let's say in a situation where two individuals are there, both of them are at the same management level, and one is being given double the salary of the first. They have joined same time, they have same skills, and everything is same, but they have given the different salaries. Now, that will not be good for organization because the person who received less salary will feel sad. And he'll no longer work for the organization. An organization objective is not achieved. So what organization should do is If people are doing or performing equal tasks, they should achieve it. What management should consider the principle of equality, that if two people are doing same task and are same skill, I think their salaries should be same. Now, all these behavioral aspects of human beings are being taught through this management principles, and hence management principles are behavioral in nature. They try to control behavioral of group of individual people, group of human beings. With this, management try to achieve organization's objective and try to control human behavior.